Good afternoon. So you're in the middle of doing some 2 to 3 inch wet heavy snow and on a gravel driveway. You're going to come into this sort of problem on a regular basis. You can see right in there should be one of these shear pins. Fairly simple subject, but I thought I don't see people doing this very often, so the old king of snow since 1933. So yeah, I think most people would agree a plough or something is probably best for gravel driveways, but I don't have that sort of money, so this is what we have. Okay, so what you will need, of course, is some shear pins. Now, shear pins are very specific because they've got these grooves and they break off there, and this will break off here, and you've got to get the right one. I just got these, make sure that they're all pretty good, get the right size. So for all two-stage throwers, 2004 prior with 1 inch shaft. This is 2023. We bought that 2 years ago. It's the second, towards the end of the second season, but you're going to have to get a few packets of those. You're also going to need a pin punch, ratchet and wrench, whatever you have, a hammer to knock it out with, of course, and always put a squirt of grease in afterwards for the next time that you break one. So because I go through a few of these and they're a little hard to get, last year there was one time I couldn't even do the snow because I couldn't get shear pins. The first time I used the machine, of course, I had the shoes down too low and I broke like 6 shear pins. Anyway, I was just getting used to the machine. So because most of my pin punches are at work and this is just something I happen to have, it appears to be the right size, but don't try and punch it out with that one. Yeah, that's just too big. So I have just a piece of steel that I wrapped around the end of it. I keep forgetting to bring a punch home from work, so it's only been 2 years. So I don't know how I'm going to set this up and actually do it, so I'm probably just going to call this and put this on pause. I'm just going to pop that out of there, and I'll be back in a second. So that literally took 5 seconds. I just tapped it through, and there's your old pin. Makes it easy when you've got lots of grease in there. Don't be afraid to put lots of grease in. So if the shear pin's working off properly, it won't burr this up. So on this side, for some strange reason, I've only broken 2. So I've done like 6 pins on this one side. Rocks get caught up on here, between here, of course, and you can. My brand new machine's got scratches and gouges all over it, so we shall see how that goes. I knew this going into it, but kind of wasn't expecting such severe wear there, but I'll just have to keep an eye on it. You can see this one got bent up. I hit a pretty big rock last year, and so I had to straighten that out, but we'll see how it all goes. Still may have to get that grater blade going. Yep. So let's get ourselves a pin. Just pop that straight in there. I'm not on the back. In a minute, I'll put this on pause again. Okay, we're back again. So there's a nut, bolt. So don't do these up too tight, just until they're snug. You don't want to use an impact on because you can break the head off. I mean, I haven't tried it, so if you use an impact and you can do them up, that's fine. But it's easy to do with hand tools. Okay, so yeah, I have a bit of grease in there, but more is not going to hurt. There we go. That grease coming out of there. So. Okay, it doesn't want to stay on there for some reason. So. I may actually order the professional grease lock. This one was on sale. It does okay. There we go. Put grease in that one. Okay. So a couple other grease points, like there's no grease point on there, I think. No, I don't think there's a grease point on there, but at the start of the season when I was doing all this, I did notice some grease came out the other end, so I don't know. They've got their steel cages. Now they do have plastic bushings, which, you know, I thought they would have had bronze or something like that, but I guess that could break up with the impact. So anyway, haven't had any problems. Other grease points, I guess. There's probably a few videos out on it. Let's turn that up. So there's a grease point down there. So if you had a right angle adapter, which I have at work, you know, workshop tools, not mine personally, otherwise I'd bring it home. But it's just as easy to pop the wheel off. You do have to be careful because the shaft can actually disappear out to the other side if you're not careful. And while I had the wheels off, I took both wheels off. I actually put a bit of grease on the axle there. So there's no grease point down that side as such. Fairly simple machine to look after. Okay, so again, I found the best gloves for this job happen to be my welding gloves. I've tried a few other different ones. These actually keep me warmer. So, right, let's start her up. I won't put too much choke on because it's been running. Turn her on. Should have plenty of fuel. Yep, it's dripping. Fuel's on. Bit more choke maybe. So, fairly simple thing. I don't do my videos rehearsing or anything. I just film them, and I don't have any great production or anything like that, but I do enjoy the videos of the guys that do. Yeah, but if you like these videos, subscribe and like. I've got a few other ones of the old truck engine there. It seems to be running okay. Those aftermarket lifters I used in that with the camshaft and everything like that, they were noisy. I've heard a few other trucks that are noisy. Currently I am running 5W30 in it, and so far so good. It's quieting the lifters right down, so for whatever reason the tolerances are different. I don't know if they're making them to the same spec as the previous generation engines, and you know, they're made for 5W30, 10W30 instead of 520. But so far so good. Okay. It's a beautiful day out here. We're supposed to get more snow or rain tomorrow, but one thing's guaranteed: this will be ice in the morning if I don't get it cleared. Okay, see ya.